Welcome back to Seen It Before. We're probably going to say something stupid about your favorite movie because we've seen it all before. He's Grogu. I'm Danny.
I'm Dan. I am not a puppet master. All right. So before we get into, the boys stuff today.
The boys.
I don't know why I'm talking about Star Wars, but
Graggy.
Acolyte this week. That's all you gotta say. Just
Listen, it was like I do think it's getting a little too much hate.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I'm sure it's getting too much hate. It's just what are they doing?
What are they doing?
What are they doing?
Like it's you can't just introduce a completely different version of the Force in the episode 3 and then not really explain it at all. Yeah. And it'd be like, it depends on your interpretation from a certain point of view, guys. Shut up. Just make a good Star Wars show already. Jesus.
You can do different timelines. We want you to do different time periods in Star Wars. We don't want it to just be during the Skywalker stuff.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
That's why the first 2 episodes I thought were pretty okay. Oh, this is interesting.
Until they're changing canon event things.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, too much.
So now there's 3 Force babies instead of just one with I thought it was with just Anakin.
I'm not even watching the show. You're the one watching it, and I'm hearing just Twitter. It's going off. That's about it.
They had an okay show in the palm of their hands, and okay, if they just keep going with this, it could prove a lot of people wrong. But then they're like, let's just do this shitty backgrounds or the backstory, and I'm like, they just ruin it.
The power of Star Wars in the palm of my hand. No. Okay, well, we're talking with the boys now. The boys. Okay, it's back for season 4. Seasons 1 through 3 were a wild ride. 3 was probably the most wild the show has gotten, I will say, because the whole Hero-gasm episode and Soldier Boy in general is just great. So Eric Kripke and Jensen Ackles, all of them just go so far back. It's great to see him in a different kind of role, but also kind of the same role.
Yeah,
but it's just more balls to the wall.
I want him to show up in this new season though. That's the rumor, right? He's gonna.
Well, I don't know if there's an actual rumor of that. Nobody's heard, but he's still Jensen Ackles still has his Soldier Boy getup right now. That's his look now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe.
Let's hope so.
But we also get Jeffrey Dean Morgan in season 4. So another alum of Supernatural. Yeah. There's only one left. There's only one of them left, and that's Jared Padalecki. He's got to show up at some point. Walker just got canceled. I'm just saying. All right. Well, let's get back to the boys. Well, actually, no, let's not get back to the boys because we're going to get to it in a second. So before that, let's get to it. All right, here we go. So a recap of season 3. I mean, really, it was just Starlight and Homelander, or just kind of butting heads for the most of season 3, and eventually
Starlight quits.
Starlight quits.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it was a great way of doing that. And it seems like 6 months or so has passed in between season 3 and season 4. Because Butcher now has 6 months to live. That
he had
whole
a year before.
Yeah, since he was taking all the compound V. That's it. Yeah,
temp V.
Temp V. Yeah, the temp V stuff. So it took a toll on him. Surprised there's no real effects on Huey, but we also don't know yet.
Yeah, I think he only did it once though, and then he got his naked power, and he's like, "I'm good."
I thought he did it a few times. He did it in the Hero-gasm episode too. I don't know if that was the second time though. Oh, because that was episode 6, the second time. So I feel like he did it before that too. Whatever.
I just know his power is that he gets naked.
Yeah, but Victoria
teleports naked.
Victoria Newman and Bobby Singer are now they're president and vice president. I think were they elected? Because we were questioning that in the first 3 episodes as well.
I think that happens in the first episode where they're.
Is that when they
because they introduce her as Madam VP? So
okay, they did. Okay,
yeah. So and then Giancarlo Esposito got arrested. So that's how Homelander is the CEO or not the CEO.
He's the figurehead,
the leader of the Vought now.
Yep.
And then Ashley is the CEO, but she's gonna get
her role in this season. She's now. the soups are finally they're like, oh, we're better than them. Like they're all starting to like think like Homelander now. So I'm just like, oh, interesting. So now
I mean, they can kill them all. So
poor Ashley.
I just want to see her bald again. That was kind of funny.
Oh my god! Yeah, oh, you tore all your hair out. I mean, like, as Sister Sage, even like she could tell that because she's the smartest person in the room. But we'll get to her in a minute. The end of last season as well. Black Noir got killed off.
Right.
So he in the whole animated shit or whatever they had going on in his brain, and then him fighting Soldier Boy, I believe, and then he was hit in the head with something. I forget exactly what it was, but he was. Oh no! Homelander killed him. He just
he's like
right through his.
Like, did you lie to me about my son? He's like,
yeah.
He's like,
and Homelander killed him. Yep. Yep. And now it's an actor replacing him in season 4.
Yeah. So in season 3 they do a flashback to Black Noir without his helmet on.
Yes.
Before he gets attacked or wounded by Soldier Boy and loses the ability to talk, and it's a different actor from. His stuntman that plays him that's played him through the first 3 seasons. So my theory is that like they just hired the stunt actor just to be the new guy.
See, my theory going into it was like from Gen V, Sam, his character was gonna play him because like now
he's not bulky enough though.
No, he is not. I guess that's fair. But 6 months have passed. I mean, you can. Theoretically, well, although I guess that's
they made like a really skinny woman be Taskmaster, so
that is true. See, it's all in the padding.
Yes.
Lost it. So Sam and whatever her face is, the villain from season 1 of Gen V, they are supposed to show up in this season because I've seen them in the trailers. So they're somewhere in there at some point. Don't know about anybody else, but. We'll find out.
Well, I haven't actually seen any trailers.
Oh, so you went in blind.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I do know. I really thought that this season would be about Homelander running for president or something, but it doesn't look like that.
Well, he looks like he's sort of trying to take over the world. So we'll see what he's going to do.
Brute force or whatever.
Yeah,
but it's not like he's going through like a legit like.
But that's why I need Sister Sage to challenge him, I guess.
I love all these different lineup changes for the 7 too.
Yeah,
they're like, it's like, oh, who like because they just announced like, oh, who are these new picks? It's like again, like
yeah.
I thought the 7 was cemented for like years before this, and they're like, we need to keep getting new people.
Nah, because Maeve is out, Starlight is out, so that's 2 of them that are out, and then Noir has been replaced with another Noir. So now they needed 2 more. So
and what's his face? The guy that blew up with the asshole bomb. In the
translucent.
Yeah. So he's dead.
So they still haven't replaced him.
Yeah. Wait, so there's Deep,
A-Train, Noir, Homelander, Sister Sage, Firecracker,
and then they still don't have the 7.
Yeah, there we are. Wow,
it sucks.
It's wild.
Watch it be Newman, because she's a soup, right? So she's gonna watch her be like,
ooh,
because she's kind of teetering. Because, like, literally, like, in the first episode, the boys try to assassinate her.
Yeah.
Like, very blatantly. Like, Butcher shoots her in the face.
Yeah, and she's just like, what are you doing?
Like, why'd you do that? Come on. So, you said she was 32, and she's Huey's age?
She is the same age as Jack Quaid. They're both 32, and they're dating.
Yes. They're dating. That's good.
Yeah, so, but she's supposed to, like, we thought she was all, like, closer to 40. Like, vice presidential age.
Yeah.
But no, she is 32. Now, this new Noir, he doesn't shut up. And it's hilarious.
Yeah. It's like, you don't talk. That's his one rule.
It was his whole shtick the first 3 seasons, and now he just won't shut the fuck up.
I'm surprised.
And he's coming out.
How blatant he is about it. Like, because I was thinking like maybe it's fine for him to just talk within the 7 people who know, but he's like on a film set talking.
Yeah.
Like, is everyone in on it?
Vought. Everyone in Vought probably has to be in on it. Maybe not that. Maybe it's like, oh, Noir's talking now. Maybe that's like what it is. Maybe they don't know he's dead.
Well, they probably don't want to question it because Homelander will just fuck him up.
Yeah, like the higher ups probably know he's dead. But like, like Ashley obviously knows he's probably dead. So, yeah. All right, to the boys themselves for this season. So Butcher has been kind of kicked out of the boys.
Yeah, he's a liability.
Yep.
Liability.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yes. And he's him and his Jeffrey Dean Morgan's character is kind of like a CIA friend of his, I guess.
Yeah.
Like that's what it seems.
I don't exactly know how he's playing into this.
I don't either.
I hope he's not just like a cameo. It's like I'm a contact.
No, I don't think he's cameo. He's not like a Will Ferrell cameo that we got. But
it was fucking awesome, dude.
Like there were a few good cameos this season already. Like, there's Will Ferrell. There's Tilda Swinton as the squid.
I forgot. Yeah.
like that. How did they get her for that?
I like that she has a sense of humor. You would think that like she probably doesn't.
Yeah, is the captain now, and
Mother's milk,
and he lost a lot of weight. A lot of them lost a lot of weight between seasons 3 and 4.
Yeah, it's that Ozempic, bro.
It's that Ozempic.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah,
that's 100% it.
Sharon Osbourne.
No,
she looks like a crackhead kind of.
Well,
no offense.
no offense.
Love you, Sharon. Oh, also, I found out Ozzy Osbourne. He's a literal mutant.
Huh?
So they did the doctors did like a test on him to see like how he survived all of this shit and abuse he's done with drugs and just turns out he's got like 100,000 different like little tiny mutations in his DNA that so he's a literal mutant and that's why he hasn't died.
Well, he's pretty damn close.
Oh yeah. But like, damn, like good for him.
But if he was like a regular person, he would have died like 20 years ago.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wouldn't have had the
Ozzy Osbourne's literally built different.
Wouldn't have had the reality show and all that. Oh my god. Okay, so Starlight. So there's the Starlighters and the Home Teamers.
Yeah.
From in this season. So very politically influenced, I will say. But that's all how this season's going. Eric Kripke has not shied away from that at all.
I can see that. That's the one thing that kind of just annoys me. That I wish they were. I don't mind having seeing a political divide in a show. I don't like that they're bringing up specific topics from our world, or they're not even going in on them. They're just kind of name dropping them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like you don't it's like you don't need to do that. Make it some sort of reference in the universe or something. That's all I ask. Yeah.
Yeah. Well. Especially. I mean, you don't want to divide a nation even further. It's already divided in a way. So
saying about
but that's what we cut. Except Civil War,
they didn't.
They didn't do it.
That's why I'm okay, this movie's all right now.
Yeah. Right.
Although
we were worried about that.
It ends pretty stupidly because I hate the main character girl. I need to get this picture down a hallway. It's not even anything important. It's just a guy aiming a gun at her.
All right, that's going to be our next episode. That's going to be in our next episode. Yeah. So let's not get too far into that right now. But our roundup episode is going to consist of a lot of movies we've done and stuff like that from this year, or movies we haven't done from this year. That's coming up soon. Anyway, back to The Boys.
Simon Pegg's making the easiest $1 million of his life.
Dude. He's getting paid he might even get paid to just eat so far. These first 3 episodes. He was only in 2 of them, the 3 episodes, and he wasn't even in the 3rd episode. They were in the hallway. Oh, I guess couldn't get Simon Pegg that week.
I'm trying to think of where this is going because it's kind of weird that they're sidelining Huey for a little bit. Just for him, he's I can't go on this super important mission. I got to go.
But they kind of sidelined him last year too. I mean, I think it's more of an ensemble show. I don't think it's necessarily somebody's the star.
It just feels weird because that's how we were introduced to the show, where him is the main character seeing everything, and now he's just taking a back seat, and it's well, I understand you want to do an ensemble thing. It's he's still Butcher's definitely the more of the main guy now, but Huey was always our character. You know what I mean?
He's who we were introduced. He's the one we first cared for. Yeah, I guess that's what his holding his girlfriend's arms in the street.
And A-Train was the first one that I hated. But I think where his story's going is that he's gonna have to inject his dad with Temp V to maybe save him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't think about that. I was trying, because I've seen the trailers. There is something in the hospital we see, but I don't know what it is.
There's got to be some reason why Simon Pegg, a big name actor, is signed on for this show in such a small capacity.
I don't think it's going to be Temp V. I think it's going to be...
Or just the full Compound V?
I don't know, but it probably has something to do with that. But maybe it has to do with them capturing. Oh my God,
Soldier Boy?
No, the kid's name Ryan.
Ryan.
Maybe it has to do with capturing Ryan. Maybe his dad's gonna have something to do with that.
Capture him just so Butcher can have a kid or some shit.
No, they want Ryan to turn against his dad. I think that's what they're trying to do.
Oh well, that
so then it'd be like either it's gonna be like a clone. He's gonna be like the clone of Homelander because that's in the comics as well. I'm pretty sure that's what Noir is. I guess in the comics, he's like a clone of Homelander. Mm-hmm. So maybe they're trying to like pull from that for this. I don't know. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with that. Mm-hmm. Speaking of Ryan,
I was just gonna say.
Speaking of Ryan, I knew what you were. I know what you're thinking. You can explain this. Go ahead.
Something's just fucked up with his voice.
I think it's just it's like, they
we got it. We can't kill people.
So I think when they recorded the episodes, like when they were taping, he hadn't gone through puberty yet, and then when they had to do the ADR, I think that's where it kind of got fucked up. Like you can't notice it all the time, but there's one scene in particular. I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, it sounds like that shitty TikTok filter. That like
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know because
I'm a nerd.
But it's like there's this one that's like a lot of girls are like using it just to explain like a story time or whatever, and they're like, so anyway, I was cleaning my room and then it sounds like that.
Okay, it does a little bit, except more like it.
It's so clear that he hit puberty, but they're trying to make it not.
Yeah, no, if you see pictures of him like recently, like he definitely has hit puberty.
Yeah,
but I mean, they only filmed this like a year and a half ago, maybe not even. So I mean. It's whatever. So who else in the? Frenchie and Kimiko this season. So Frenchie, I guess he's been bisexual the whole time. Like I could totally see that. Like it makes sense. But I guess in that 6 months since the musical episode with Frenchie and Kimiko, in season 3, there's the musical.
I skipped it. I hate musical episodes.
It wasn't even the whole episode. It was like literally 10 minutes. Anyway,
yeah.
But so they had a musical episode just like explaining, I think it was Kimiko's life or something, I guess, and more of her backstory.
I know there's something with Black Noir where he was.
Well, there is that. That wasn't part of the musical, I guess.
Like,
okay, so Frenchie apparently has this new kid. Colin is kind of somebody I guess he raised. In a way,
sort of. He orphaned him.
He orphaned him
when he worked for the Russian lady.
Yeah, when he was a chemist, which I forgot about because they mentioned it in the first season, I believe, that he was a chemist, and I totally forgot that. So, I guess he killed Colin's family somehow, or it was his fault, and he ended up, raising him and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, that's a cool backstory. I don't know what they're going to do with it. I mean, Colin's obviously going to find out at some point, and. Frenchie will be devastated. That seems like a pretty clear-cut story, but maybe it isn't. Who knows? And Kimiko is battling her demons all this season so far, the first 3 episodes. So,
that was cool though when they're. I think it's episode 3.
It is.
They're in like a warehouse fight, and then one of her, she knows whoever is working with Firecracker, right?
It's not Firecracker. It's This is explained in season. Oh, maybe it is Firecracker.
They're fighting somebody.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's like people who are involved with Firecracker's camp, and I guess they're like funding them. I don't know. It's like it hasn't really been explained yet. So, yeah, there's somebody Kimiko knows.
And then that's gonna go somewhere.
That'll go somewhere. That I'm like, okay, that could be cool. I don't know what they're gonna do with that, but
there's a lot of pieces on the table.
Yeah, and we got 5 episodes left, so.
Yeah, and still, so it's starting to look like they can't really introduce too many more storylines before we start trying to wrap some shit up.
Yeah. All right, let's get over to the home teamer side. Let's start with Deep. So Deep and his squid girlfriend, Tilda Swinton. I like where his story is going this season. Like, I think he's going to have a bigger role this season too, or he's going to get killed off.
Yeah, here's the thing about Deep. He just kind of seems so on the sidelines. Like we have bigger concerns.
It's Aquaman, bro.
Than PR.
That's Aquaman, bro. He's sidelined.
Yeah, but it's like there's way more bigger things to be concerned about. Like with with the boys infiltrating the Seven.
Okay.
And like trying to like assassinate like a vice president's, and like all this shit, and like, but we're worried about the Deep having sex with an octopus. What?
Well, yeah. Okay.
Why do we care?
Side note, quickly, the finale's episode name is Assassination Run, so that could be interesting to know where the season is headed. Apparently, that's a big thing in the comics. I have not looked into it, so
I don't think she can die. I think she's like Kimiko. She just can't die.
Who is this? Who?
Kimiko.
Oh, just Kimiko. Well, yeah.
Or Newman, because they're trying to assassinate Newman.
That's
right?
Yeah, I don't know if they're trying to assassinate Newman or if it's gonna be Homelander. So that's the thing I'm gonna get to in a second, though. So
you can't kill Homelander.
Well, okay. So we went to Deep. His story with Sister Sage. Now that's gonna be weird to see what they're doing there. Because what is she playing at?
Oh, she's totally playing him, dude. There's no
it's
way.
It's a bloomin' onion, bro. Oh, is that a bloomin' onion from Outback?
Dude, that was so awesome. Because I saw, like, is that a bloomin' onion? Like, before
and
they said
you're like, where can I get one of those around here? I'm like, Outback.
Outback? We should go to Outback. And then Deep comes in, is that a bloomin' onion from Outback?
And we're like, no way. It was perfect timing. Yeah, so Sister Sage is a very interesting character. I like her a lot. She's like so nonchalant and not playing sides, but she's definitely playing at something, and I'm trying to think of what it could be.
She got her own thing going. I think maybe she's going to try to take Homelander's spot. Because she's playing Homelander too. Homelander's not smart.
But she's very smart. She's like a Brainiac type character, but she doesn't have any powers that we really know of besides that.
Right. So she would be more suited towards like the CEO of Vought.
Yeah, the replacement for Giancarlo Esposito or something. Yeah.
She's the smartest person in the planet.
Soup. But yes. Okay. Firecracker. Valerie Curry. I've loved her since I saw her on The Following back in like the mid 2010s. Like that show The Following with Kevin Bacon and all that.
I forget.
And she's also in Detroit Become Human. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. A-Train. He's going to have the most interesting arc this season, I think. Knowing where he's heading. So, where he's running to. Anyway, so they're trying to flip him to the Starlighter's side.
Yeah.
Because it's working. Because there was this whole scene with Homelander, Deep, and A-Train. And he's just like, because nobody respects him. Nobody listens to, or everybody listens to Homelander. And he wants someone to challenge him. This is before the whole Sister Sage thing. Yeah. And he's like, Deep, go blow A-Train. And he's like, what?
I love Deep is just like, love is just a spectrum, bro. He says, bro.
It's just a spectrum, bro.
He's like on his knees. And A-Train's just like, motherfucker.
It's like, dude, get the fuck up.
So if I'm Homelander, though, I think I wouldn't want people to go up against me.
Yeah, no, that's the whole reason why he's, killing all these people. So like so the person they had with
But he's like frustrated though. He's like, oh, this is why nobody wants to challenge me on any idea.
He's frustrated all over the fucking place because with his son, with that, dude's a fucking mess. But that's Anthony Starr is so good. He's such a good actor. I really wish he'd do more stuff than just The Boys.
He did like a horror movie.
Yeah.
I remember hearing good things about it. I just haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I can't picture him as not a blonde.
He's
in all his interviews,
he's got brown hair.
His beard is dark brown.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
He's like,
well, he's got a beard now, so that's already weird.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they don't start filming season 5 till November, so they got time. And although I think now, here's the thing I wanted to come back to: Butcher or Homelander, who is the most likely to get killed off this season?
Neither.
Okay. Why do you say that?
Because they're ending on season 5.
Yeah, that doesn't mean shit, bro.
I don't see. Well, Homelander definitely.
The way this show goes, man,
you can't kill off the big bad.
Yeah, I think that's what they're setting the Ryan thing up for season 5. That's probably what they're gonna end up doing.
Yeah, I mean they are kind of going in that direction. I guess I could see Butcher dying. I don't want him to.
Or sacrificing himself is more like it because he's kind of like.
Yeah,
I could see that
or being a martyr for Ryan. So like he forms this bond with his sort of son. And then Homelander kills him in front of Ryan. And then Ryan's like, "You killed my dad."
Yeah, kind of like the whole what's her face thing in the first season. The original figurehead of Vought. The blonde woman. Yeah.
Elizabeth Shue, I don't know her name.
Elizabeth Shue, yeah. Her character is kind of like that, essentially. Yeah. Just, a callback.
She's so hot. Anyway.
But he's got to go out like a champ butcher if it does happen.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So,
or he blows himself up with his power. Or he, has a brain hemorrhage with his laser eyes or whatever.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot to look forward to this season. I really don't know what Firecracker's deal is and what she's kind of playing at. I think it's just a thing for Starlight, I guess, or Annie, should I say?
I think she's just another kind of the deep plot where it's like it's not really necessary. It's just more shit to.
Yeah, it's more shit to throw at the.
She has a little bit more importance because she's rallying Homelander's troops with she's being an influencer.
Yeah, so she's influencing.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. Okay. No. Yeah, she definitely makes sense to be in the show. The president, Robert Singer, it seems like he's trying to go against the whole soup thing because there's that whole one scene in like episode 1 or 2 where he wasn't with Newman and he's like, all right, we gotta. It seems like he's in on something to try to get rid of soups.
Yeah. Well, I thought that was
not get rid of soups, but
I thought his whole campaign was he wants
get rid of Homelander. Maybe
he wants to he's passing a bunch of bills that are limiting the soups.
Is that what it is? Okay,
or whatever their power, or trying to shackle Vought. That's why people voted for him.
Right.
And Newman is basically the inside. I don't know what her actual plan is because
Homelander called her out too.
There was going to be the trial where you first reveal her powers. Where you think he was on trial or something. I think it was like a Batman v Superman type thing. He walks into court and everyone blows up.
Oh yeah, that was like season 2, I think. But yeah.
So I'm thinking, but that's so she's either she's probably just for herself, and then it's still in the interest of Homelander right now. But she's the VP now, and nobody knows she's a soup.
Although I think maybe she's trying to play into something for Gen V. I think because of the whole virus they got going on for soups. I feel like she's going to be playing into that more, and that's what she might bring Sam and
they did say because they want to. She's the one who's kind of funding it or backdooring it.
Yeah. So that's going to be an interesting plot to follow. Yeah. That's all I
don't know
really...
what they're going to do with Gen V, though, because, well... Are they just going to recast?
No, they're not recasting Chance Perdomo. He is getting killed off in the show.
How did he end up in that white void thing?
Yeah, he was there at the end. So I don't know how they're going to do it. But maybe they probably can't explain it in season 5 in this season of The Boys because it's too late at that point. But
it's so unfortunate.
Yeah,
because he was sort of like the main character aside from the other girl.
Yeah, I mean it was him and what's her face? Yeah,
period blood girl,
Victoria Newman 2.0. That's it. Yeah, because she's got more power. She's going to be something that probably plays into season 5. She has to be. Of The Boys.
Yeah, so I wonder if they're going to cross over everything.
Eventually, for season 5, yeah.
Oh, we didn't talk about Homelander's whole plan to kind of get everyone riled up.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
So they take, is his name Todd?
Oh, Todd, the MM's daughter's stepfather? Yeah, I think so. I think it's Todd.
Take him, big super fan, and a couple other guys, and we're your biggest fans, Homelander. He's like, you guys are going to be martyrs today. And I knew something was up with A-Train because he didn't actually kill anybody in it scene, but he did stop Todd from leaving. So, but yeah, they bashed their heads in, which I thought was smart because there's no super strength, or they don't use their super strength with it.
Yep.
They didn't kill them with their powers.
Yep.
And then A-Train drops them off in the middle of right as Homelander is acquitted. And that smart. It's a genius.
Yeah. No, it's very pulling the strings. It's
Joker-ish.
Yeah, yeah. I guess so. Chaotic Joker.
It's Kafka-esque.
Kafka. Wow. All right. No, I like the whole. I always like Homelander's arc in every season, so I'm excited to see what they do with that. I think the most interesting plot, as I've been talking about to follow, is probably going to be how they flip A-Train. and whatever the hell is going on with Jeffrey Dean Morgan, because I feel like he has something more going on too.
I hope so. I like him.
I like him a lot.
Even though, like, so I've been watching The Walking Dead.
Yeah. How far in?
I'm struggling through season 8.
God.
I binge watched season 1 through 7, episode 1.
Yep.
Everyone who knows what happens in that.
Oh, yeah. That's when I stopped watching.
Exactly. Because it's the best episode.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what the fuck happens. After that, it's just, like, what are we doing here?
They try to do it like a soft reboot, I think, at that point.
It's like they stretch out. Like, I get, you got it, like, I love the idea of knocking the main characters down quite a few pegs, right? Mm-hmm. But then they just drag it out and for like way too long. I definitely think you could have truncated season 7 and 8 into just 7.
So it's really just like they were in Alexandria like the whole fucking time. And
yeah,
it's like, what are they doing?
So much shit. And then Gabriel is sidelined this whole season. He's sick in bed. Like, what the? Anyway, but the only problem I had, I love Negan, but the only problem I have with Jeffrey Dean Morgan playing him is that it's the same thing.
He has no.
There's no nuance.
So he has no development, is what you're saying?
Well, no, he has development, but it's just the way he plays him.
Yeah.
Like in every scene, there's no like variation between. He's like, Rick, let me in, and then but like he's like, so you're telling me you're gonna eat shit, and I'm gonna make you eat shit. You ain't eat shit the way I eat shit. But he's like leaning, like the best, like he's always like kind of like leaning back a little bit. He's like, and he points. He's like, you with Lucille, like points him, and he's like. And he kind of like goes like this a little bit.
Yeah.
It's the same, like, you know what I mean? Like, people, it's hard to explain. I hope somebody out there can understand. It's just the same, no variation in like any mood.
It's very coordinated, very rehearsed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the best way of describing it?
It's not like wooden. It's I can't describe it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's you as a person, you have different moods, right?
Yeah.
Like so when you say something, you can say the same thing 3 or 4 different ways.
Yeah.
He's not. He's just
All right, I think we're running out of steam here for these first 3 episodes. There's not like 100% thing that happened. There's not like there's a lot that happened, but there's also not a lot that happened. It's just like a lot of build up these first 3 episodes, I'd say. Like,
that's probably why they dropped them all at once.
Yeah, and I mean it ended with Homelander, fractured mirror thing again. So, or was it with Huey and his mom? Oh, we didn't really talk about Huey and his mom.
Huey and his mom.
Yeah.
She's
she looks like fucking a different version of like a mix of Melanie Linsky and who was Winona Ryder. She looks like a mix of them. I don't know who she is. But anyway.
Some lady.
Yeah, no, I totally forgot. Like, and then that's why he listens to Billy Joel, is because his mom left him.
So sad.
When he was like 5 or 4.
Yeah.
Something. I don't know.
It's like, because he was your favorite artist. And
yeah. So, what is...
It's funny. It's cool, though, that they were able to make me hate her for a little bit.
Is she going to have like a sacrificing play this season and maybe die?
I don't know. Maybe she's the way that, like, if my Simon Pegg, being injected with V, if that's true, she's the way to get the compound V, because she's a pharmacist. For Vought or whatever.
Vought.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So he'd
he'd
probably get her to flip
or she's gonna do it to him without Huey's knowing.
That'd be interesting. So he's gonna die, and so he was like, I hate soup.
Because like
taking that 10 feet was the worst decision I ever made in my life.
Because they keep making a point about like her, being
doing what she wants.
No, that
other people's opinions.
No, no, her having control of whether they pull the plug or not.
Oh yeah,
they keep
your father's affairs.
Yeah, she's got that whole thing going on. So
what if she's soup? I don't know. Because like there's kind of a mystery of like she left Simon Pegg, left him with a kid and like didn't really explain herself. Mm-hmm.
She said it was because of depression and stuff like that.
But all of a sudden, off screen, she gets all the rights to what do you call it, DNR with Simon Pegg. How did that happen? he was like, "What the fuck? What do you mean?" And she just kind of like swipes it off. He's like, "Oh, no, he just gave it to me. Like,
or maybe
we talked." Or
maybe it'll come out that she was the one that put him in the coma.
It could be. Yeah, it's mysterious how he ends up in a coma.
Yeah.
Heart attack.
Off screen.
Yeah. Interesting.
So that's another thing. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I can't really pinpoint what they're going to do with her. So
I don't know what's a red herring and what isn't.
Anyway. Yeah, so it ends up with Homelander, the fraction mirror thing, like they're doing all of season 3, except it was just him talking to himself. So now he's kind of going to become this force where he don't care anymore. He's done, I
want to see him like, because he throws like a little thing because he's mad at Ryan. He like throws a thing at a mirror.
Oh yeah.
But he's like really angry. I'm like, there's no way that he would control his anger or his strength and just break the mirror just a little bit.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? It's fucking Homelander.
Yeah,
so I want to see what happens when he really throws a hissy fit.
Because it's heading that way.
I don't want him to just like laser a bunch of people. I want to see him like punch the shit out of like a building or something. Or like a moon. Break the moon.
A Rocky montage, but with Homelander just freaking the fuck out.
Yeah, it'd be funny.
Oh, yeah, that'd be... Or like Brightburn style, where he just brings somebody up all the way and drops him. Yeah. Yeah, because I just watched that the other day.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's a fucked up thing to do to your mom.
Yep. Yep. All right. I've been saying we're going to end this episode the last 5 minutes, so I think it's time to stop talking, boys. We have some interesting avenues in which this can go. We're going to be doing an episode each week for the rest of the season. So there's 5 more episodes. 5 weeks in a row, we'll have an episode. They're going to come out on Wednesdays, the day before the boys episode drops. So you can get a little recap going into the next episode, that whole thing. Yeah.
And also, we're going to be recapping House of the Dragon. That would be me and our friend Paul from the Dune podcast. He might actually be on...
Oh my God.
He might be on the Boys podcast, too, because he'll just be here, and he likes the boys, too. So.
Okay.
But yeah. So we'll be doing that one every week.
Yeah. So when will that one drop?
A week and 1 day after the episode.
Yeah.
So we're going to be a little bit behind, but,
Yeah. Yeah, I'll sort of be on those episodes. I'll be probably either directing. I'll be either directing or something else. Who knows? And the roundup episode, that's going to be our next big episode. Big episode coming out. John's going to be back on that one. We're going to be talking about 6 movies. I believe 6 movies that we have on here somewhere. 6
movies.
7 movies.
The 7?
Yes, the 7 movies we haven't done this year that we want to talk about. And we'll,
we will reveal those
now
in due time.
Let's reveal now. Why not? So we're gonna have Argyle. We're gonna have Abigail. We're gonna have Civil War, Late Night with the Devil, which I still haven't even seen yet. In a Violent Nature, Roadhouse, which John is very adamant about us adding on.
That's the whole reason he's going to be on this.
Yes, the whole reason he's going to be on this, because he always wanted to do an episode, and then we're like, we're not doing an episode on Roadhouse. And a movie coming out very soon, The Bike Riders. So
Can't wait for that
one will be interesting. That one's growing on me a little more the last few weeks. So I'm just like, okay, I'm here for it. I mean,
it's been on my list since November.
I mean, it got pushed back. Yeah. It was supposed to come out in November, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, but yeah, we're Seen It Before. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok with the handle @SeenItBeforecast. And you just distracted the hell out of me right there. I'm going to restart that. We're Seen It Before. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok with the handle @SeenItBeforecast. That's SCENE @Beforecast. And on Twitter with the handle @SIB_pod. I'm Dan.
I'm Danny. You can find me on Instagram at Danny_Was. My Instagram, my letterbox serialized at DJ Was, or my YouTube channel, which is just Danny Was.
House of the Dragon. That'll be our next episode. Episode. Yes. Yeah.
Next episode.
You good there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bummer.
I just knocked the boy over. Anyway. So yeah. Until next time. Oh my God.